My fiancé. At the cake tasting, she sighed. I wish you were more like my father. At least he built something. The consultant fell silent. I wiped my mouth. I know. I redirected the entire wedding fund to a new, private account. I left the confirmation code written on the bathroom steam mirror, and the silence after that said everything. I'm 33, engaged for 18 months, and I just discovered that some people will use your love as a stage to perform their disappointment. My fiancé and I met 4 years ago through mutual friends. She was 29, worked in corporate communications, came from a family that ran a successful regional construction business. Her father built the company from nothing, literal bootstrap story, now worth 8 figures. She grew up comfortable but not spoiled, or so I thought. I work in software architecture, been at it for a decade, make solid 6 figures. Not building a construction empire money, but stable, respectable, enough to provide a good life. When we got engaged, I'd saved about $70,000 for the wedding. She contributed $30,000 from her own savings. We opened a joint account specifically for wedding expenses, kept our personal finances separate otherwise. The wedding was scheduled for 8 months from now. We'd been planning for almost a year. Venue booked, photographer secured, guest list finalized. Everything was moving forward smoothly until 3 weeks ago when the comparison started. It began subtly. Comments about how her father had bought her mother's engagement ring in cash, how he'd built their first house himself, how he never had to finance anything because he was disciplined with money. I'd nod, agree that was impressive, move on. But the comments kept coming, getting less subtle each time. 2 weeks ago, we went to her parents' house for Sunday dinner. Her father was showing me his workshop, the addition he'd just built onto their already massive house. Did this myself, he said, running his hand along a beam. Contractors wanted $50,000. I did it for $15,000 in materials. That's impressive. I wouldn't know where to start with something like this. He laughed. That's the difference between men who build and men who type. No offense. Some taken, but okay. My fiancé was there, heard the whole exchange, said nothing. Didn't defend me, didn't call out the disrespect. Just smiled and moved on to the next topic. That should have been my first real warning. The second warning came last Tuesday. We had a cake tasting appointment at 4 p.m. I'd taken the afternoon off work, met her at the bakery. The consultant was a cheerful woman in her 50s, brought out 6 different cake samples with various frostings and fillings. We were on the 3rd sample, some kind of lemon raspberry situation, when my fiancé set down her fork and sighed, not a small sigh, a heavy, theatrical sigh that made the consultant look up. Everything okay? The consultant asked. It's fine. The cake is fine. Everything is fine. But clearly nothing was fine. I knew that tone. That was the tone that preceded a conversation I didn't want to have. What's wrong? I asked. She looked at me with this expression, disappointment mixed with resignation. Nothing. I'm just thinking about my parents, about how they did their wedding. They got married at City Hall, didn't they? Yes, because my father was focused on building the business, on building something that would last. He didn't waste money on a party. We're not wasting money. We're celebrating with people we love. Are we? Or are you just spending money we could be saving? Money we could be using for a down payment on a house? We've talked about this. We both wanted a real wedding. You picked this bakery. You chose the expensive venue. I know. I just wish... She trailed off, took a sip of water. Wish what? She looked at me. Right at me. With the consultant sitting there, with strangers at other tables nearby, she said it. I wish you were more like my father. At least he built something. The consultant's smile froze. She pretended to check her notes. I set down my fork, wiped my mouth with the napkin, took a slow breath. I know. What? I know that's what you wish. You've been making it pretty clear lately. Don't be dramatic. I'm just saying, my father had better priorities at your age. Your father had different priorities. Not better. Different. And he also had you, comparing every man you met to him, which I'm sure made for healthy relationships. That's not fair. Isn't it? We're sitting here tasting $300 cakes, and you're telling me I'm not enough because I'm not your father. The consultant cleared her throat. Maybe I should give you two a moment? No need, I said. We're done here. Thank you for your time. I stood up, put on my jacket, walked out while my fiancée was still processing what had happened. She caught up with me in the parking lot. Where are you going? Home. To think. About what? About whether I want to marry someone who sees me as a disappointment. I never said that. You just said you wish I was more like your father. You said he built something, implying I haven't. That's calling me a disappointment without using the exact words. You're being sensitive. I'm being observant. This isn't the first comment. It's just the first one in front of a witness. So what now? You're going to sulk? No, I'm going to think. You should too. Think about whether you actually want to marry me or if you're just settling because I'm available. I drove home. She didn't follow immediately, probably stayed to apologize to the consultant and spin the story. I got home around 5:30, went straight to my laptop, logged into our joint wedding account, looked at the balance. $73,000. My 70. Her 3 that were left after deposits. I opened a new savings account in my name only. Transferred $70,000 from the joint wedding account to the new account. Left $3,000 in the joint account. Her contribution. The transfer completed immediately. I got a confirmation code. WD 7-4892-JNK3. Then I went to the bathroom. Ran the shower hot until steam filled the room. Wrote the confirmation code on the bathroom mirror with my finger. Big letters. Clear as day. It would stay there until the steam dissipated. Then I left. Packed a bag, grabbed my laptop, went to a hotel, texted her, taking some space to think. You should too. She didn't respond for 2 hours. When she did, it was just, this is childish. I didn't reply. Update 1. Around 9 p.m., my phone started blowing up. Multiple calls from her, texts escalating from annoyed to angry to panicked. Where did the money go? Did you seriously empty our wedding account? Call me now. This is theft. My father is going to hear about this. I let it ring, turned my phone to silent, ordered room service, watched television, felt calmer than I had in months. Around 11, the texts changed tone. Okay, I see what you did. Very clever with the mirror. We need to talk about this like adults. You can't just take money that we both put in. I'm calling my lawyer tomorrow. That last one made me smile. Call your lawyer. Let's talk about who contributed what. The next morning, Wednesday, I woke up to 17 missed calls, 3 voicemails. I listened to the first one. I don't know what kind of point you think you're making, but this is insane. You took our wedding money. Our vendors need deposits. We have payments due. You need to put that money back right now. Second voicemail, her father's voice. Son, I don't know what's going on between you two, but you need to be a man about this. You don't take money that doesn't belong to you. You don't run away when things get hard. Call my daughter back and fix this. Third voicemail, her again, crying now. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I said that thing about my father. I didn't mean it. I was just stressed about wedding planning. Please come home. Please put the money back. We can work this out. I didn't call back. Instead, I texted. I took the money I contributed, $70,000. I left your $3,000. Check the account. She called immediately. I answered. You can't do this. I can, and I did. We agreed that was wedding money. For both of us. We agreed to plan a wedding together. You agreed to be my partner. Then you told me I'm not enough because I'm not your father. So I'm withdrawing my investment. That's not what I meant. That's exactly what you meant. You've been building up to it for weeks. I'm not stupid. So what, you're calling off the wedding? I'm giving us both time to reconsider. If you want to marry me as I am. Software architect. Good income, stable career, not a construction mogul. If that's not enough, if you'll spend our marriage wishing I was someone else, then we shouldn't get married. You're being dramatic. I'm being clear. I'll be at this hotel for the next few days. You have time to think about what you actually want. And the money? Stays where it is until I decide what to do with it. You're holding it hostage. No, I'm keeping what's mine. There's a difference. I hung up. Around noon, I got a call from my own mother. Oh good, she'd mobilized the family network. What's going on? Her mother called me very upset. Of course she did. She said you stole the wedding money and disappeared. I didn't steal anything. I took back the money I contributed after she insulted me in public. Insulted you how? I told her the story. The cake tasting, the comment about her father, the pattern of comparisons. My mother was quiet for a moment. That's not okay. What she said. I know. But running away isn't the answer either. I'm not running away. I'm giving space to evaluate whether this marriage is a good idea. And the money? Is mine. I earned it. I saved it. I contributed it when I thought I was marrying someone who respected me. Now I'm not sure, so the money stays with me. You'll give it back if you work things out? Maybe. If I believe we actually worked things out and it's not just her wanting access to the account again. You sound very calm about this. I am calm. I'm tired of not being enough for someone. I'd rather be alone than constantly compared to her father. I understand. But don't make any permanent decisions while you're emotional. I'm not emotional. That's what's scaring her. I'm rational. I've thought this through. If she can't love me as I am, we shouldn't get married. My mother sighed. Keep me updated. I love you. Love you too. Update 2. Thursday afternoon, she showed up at my hotel. I don't know how she found me. Probably called around to nearby hotels asking if I'd checked in. I was in the lobby working on my laptop when she walked in. She looked terrible. Eyes red, hair pulled back messily, wearing sweatpants. Not her usual put-together self. We need to talk. I'm listening. Not here. Can we go somewhere private? No. We can talk here in the lobby where there are witnesses. Say what you need to say. She sat down across from me. I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. What I said was horrible. I've been under stress with wedding planning and I took it out on you. Okay? Okay? That's all you have to say? What do you want me to say? You apologized. I heard you. That doesn't fix the problem. What problem? I said I'm sorry. The problem is that you meant it when you said it. You weren't just stressed. You've been thinking this for months. All those little comments, all those comparisons to your father, that wasn't stress. That was your real opinion leaking out. That's not true. Isn't it? Be honest. Do you think I'm successful enough? Do you think I'm ambitious enough? Do you think I build things that matter? She hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. I think you're comfortable. Maybe too comfortable. There it is. What? The truth. You don't think I'm enough. You think I'm coasting, that I should be doing more, building more, earning more. I didn't say that. You just did. You said I'm too comfortable. That's code for I'm not ambitious enough for you. You're twisting my words. I'm hearing what you're actually saying, for once. I've been ignoring it for months because I loved you and wanted to believe we were on the same page. But we're not. You want someone like your father. I'm not him. I'll never be him. And I'm done trying to measure up to a ghost. He's not a ghost. He's my father. He's a standard you're using to judge me. And I don't pass. I get it. So let's save ourselves the trouble of a failed marriage. You're breaking up with me? Over this? I'm acknowledging reality. You're settling for me. Eventually, you'll resent me for not being more. Better to end it now than 5 years and 2 kids into a marriage where you wish you'd married someone else. I don't want someone else. I want you. No. You want who you think I should be. You want me to be more ambitious, more driven, more like your father. I'm not that person. I'm me. And me isn't enough for you. She started crying. Please don't do this. I love you. You love the potential version of me that you've built in your head. You don't love the actual me who's sitting here. If you did, you wouldn't compare me to your father. You wouldn't sigh and say, you wish I'd built something. You'd just love me as I am. I do love you as you are. Then why can't you stop comparing me to him? She didn't have an answer. I packed up my laptop. I'll be at the hotel for another few days. Then I'm going to start looking for my own apartment. You can keep the one we share. I'll move out my stuff when I find a place. What about the wedding? Cancel it. Tell people we mutually decided not to get married. I'll handle my side of the guest list. And the money? My $70,000 stays with me. Your $3,000 is still in the joint account. Use it to cancel vendor contracts if there are penalties. $3,000 won't cover everything. Then ask your father. I'm sure he'll help. He built something after all. I walked away. She didn't follow this time. Update 3, Friday morning. Her father called. I almost didn't answer, but decided to get it over with. You're making a mistake. Hello to you too. My daughter loves you. She made one comment, and you're throwing away 4 years over it. It wasn't one comment. It was months of comments. The cake tasting was just the loudest one. So she thinks you should be more ambitious. So what? That's what women do. They push their men to be better. There's pushing someone to be better, and there's telling them they're not enough. She told me she wishes I was more like you, that you built something and I haven't. How is that supposed to make me feel? Like you should step up. Step up to what? I make 6 figures, I'm stable, I'm responsible, I'm a good partner, but that's not enough because I didn't build a construction empire? You're being sensitive. I'm being self-aware. Your daughter doesn't want to marry me. She wants to marry a version of you. I'm not interested in being judged against you for the rest of my life. She doesn't think that. Yes, she does. Ask her. Really ask her. Ask if she thinks I'm successful enough. Ask if she's proud to introduce me to her friends. Ask if she thinks I've built something worth respecting. See what she says. He was quiet. You know I'm right, I continued. You've seen it too. You've made your own comments about men who type versus men who build. You've set the standard she's measuring me against. And I don't meet it. I never will. So you're just giving up? No, I'm accepting reality. I'd rather be alone than spend my marriage feeling inadequate. What about the money you took? My money. That I earned and saved. I took back what's mine. You had an agreement. We had an agreement to get married. She broke that agreement when she told me I'm not enough. So the agreement is void. That's not how it works. That's exactly how it works. I'm not legally obligated to give her money just because we were engaged. Check with a lawyer if you don't believe me. You're being vindictive. I'm being protective. Of myself, of my finances, of my future. She's heartbroken. She'll get over it. She'll find someone more ambitious, someone who builds things, someone more like you. I hung up. Saturday, I started looking at apartments. Found a decent 1-bedroom about 20 minutes from my office. Put down a deposit. Scheduled move-in for 2 weeks out. Sunday, my fiancée texted. Can we please meet one more time? Face to face. No yelling, no drama, just talk. I agreed to meet her at a coffee shop Monday afternoon. Update 4 Monday at 3 p.m. We sat across from each other at a coffee shop neither of us usually went to. Neutral ground. She looked better than Thursday. Not great, but better. Hair washed, makeup on, dressed in actual clothes. Thank you for meeting me. You're welcome. I've been doing a lot of thinking. And you're right. About some of it. I have been comparing you to my father, not consciously, but I see it now. Okay. I didn't realize how much pressure that put on you. How unfair it was. Okay? Is that all you're going to say? Okay? What do you want me to say? You're acknowledging what I already knew. That's good. It doesn't change anything, but it's good that you see it. Why doesn't it change anything? Because seeing the problem and fixing the problem are different things. You see that you compare me to your father. Great. But can you stop? Will you stop? Or will you just be more aware while you keep doing it? I'll work on it. I'll go to therapy. Good. You should. But not for me. For yourself. For your next relationship. There isn't going to be a next relationship. I want you. You want who you think I should be. You want the version of me that's more like your father. I'm not that person. I won't become that person. If you can't accept that, then we're incompatible. I can accept it. Can you? Right now, sitting here, can you honestly tell me you're proud of what I do? That you think building software systems is as valuable as building physical buildings? That you respect my career as much as you respect your father's? She hesitated again. It's different. That's not an answer. It's a different kind of work. Both are valuable. But one is more valuable to you. Be honest. My father's work is tangible. You can see it, touch it, drive past buildings he built. Your work is... it's code. It's invisible. And therefore less impressive. I didn't say that. You didn't have to. I can hear it in your voice. You respect tangible work more than intellectual work. You value physical creation over digital creation. That's fine. That's your preference. But it means you'll never fully respect what I do. That's not fair. It's honest. And honesty is what we've been avoiding. You want someone who builds things you can point to. I build systems that run businesses. That's not less valuable, but it's less visible. And visibility matters to you. So what? We're just done? 4 years and we're throwing it away? I'm not throwing anything away. I'm acknowledging that we want different things. You want a man like your father. I want a partner who values me as I am. Those things are incompatible. I do value you. You value parts of me, the parts that meet your standards. The rest you wish were different. That's not love. That's conditional acceptance. She started crying. I don't want to lose you. Then you shouldn't have told me I'm not enough. But you did. And you can't unsay it. I'll always know how you really feel. People say things they don't mean. Do they? Or do they say things they mean but wish they didn't? You wish I was more like your father. You said it. You meant it. And now I know. We can't build a marriage on that foundation. So you're really ending this. I'm accepting what's already true. You're not happy with me. Not really. You're comfortable with me, but you're not proud of me. And I deserve someone who's proud of me. I am proud of you. No, you're not. If you were, you wouldn't compare me to your father. You wouldn't sigh at cake tastings. You wouldn't tell me you wish I'd built something. Those aren't things proud partners say. She wiped her eyes. What about the money? Still mine. I'll use it for moving expenses, new furniture, getting set up in my own place. That's not what it was for. It was for a wedding that's not happening, so now it's for my future, my actual future, not the one where I spend 30 years trying to be someone I'm not. You're being cruel. I'm being clear. Maybe that feels cruel after 4 years of me being unclear. But I'm done being unclear. I'm done accepting crumbs of affection while wishing for actual love. I do love you. You love the idea of me. You love what we could be if I changed. You don't love what we are. And that's not enough for me anymore. I stood up. I hope you find what you're looking for. I really do. But it's not me. It never was. I left her sitting there. Update 5. The next 2 weeks were a blur of logistics. Moving my stuff out of our apartment, setting up the new place, fielding calls and texts from mutual friends asking what happened. I kept the story simple. We wanted different things, realized we weren't compatible, mutually decided to end it. Most people accepted that. A few pushed for details. I didn't give them. Her story, from what I heard through the grapevine, was that I'd overreacted to one comment and refused to work on things, that I'd stolen the wedding money and abandoned her, that I'd been looking for an excuse to leave and the cake tasting gave me one. Fine. Let her tell that version. People who knew me would question it. People who didn't weren't worth explaining to. 3 weeks after the hotel, I was fully moved into my new apartment. 1 bedroom, 10th floor, good view of the city. Quiet. Mine. I'd blocked her number after the coffee shop meeting, but she found ways to reach me. Emails, messages through friends. One time she showed up at my new building, but security didn't let her up. Each message was some variation of, "Please reconsider. We can work this out. I'll change. I love you." I didn't respond to any of them. 4 weeks after the hotel, I got a message from her mother. We'd always gotten along decently, so I read it. "I don't know your side of the story, but I know my daughter is devastated. Whatever happened, whatever she said, she didn't mean to hurt you this badly. Please consider giving her another chance. She loves you very much," I wrote back. "She loves who she wants me to be. That's not the same as loving who I am. I hope she finds happiness, but it won't be with me." Her mother didn't respond. 5 weeks after the hotel, mutual friends stopped reaching out. The dust had settled. People had chosen sides or decided to stay neutral. Life moved on. I focused on work, on setting up my new place, on rediscovering who I was without constantly being measured against someone else's father. It felt good. Lonely sometimes, but good. Final update. That was 3 months ago. The engagement is done, the wedding is canceled, the life we were building is dismantled. I heard through a friend that she'd started dating someone new. Guy who works in commercial real estate, runs his own firm, drives an expensive car. More her speed, more like her father. Good for them. The $70,000 is still in my account, earning interest. I've been debating what to do with it. Part of me wants to use it as a down payment on a condo. Part of me wants to invest it. Part of me wants to donate it just to prove I never cared about the money, only the principal. I'll probably invest it. Build something for my future. My actual future, not the one where I'm constantly trying to impress someone who's already decided I'm not enough. I've been on a few dates, nothing serious yet. Taking my time, making sure the next person actually likes me as I am, not as a project they want to improve. One woman asked me on the second date what I did for work. I told her I was a software architect. She said, "That's cool. What kind of systems do you build?" Not, "That must be nice to work from home," or, "Do you ever wish you did something more tangible?" Just genuine interest in what I actually do. We're seeing each other again next week. I don't miss my ex. I miss the version of our relationship that existed before the comparisons started. But that version was probably always partially fiction. She was probably always comparing me to her father, just not saying it out loud. The cake tasting was just the moment she said out loud what she'd been thinking all along. The confirmation code on the bathroom mirror was my response. Not angry, not emotional. Just clear. You don't respect me. You don't get access to what I've built. She called it theft, called it vindictive, called it cruel. But it wasn't any of those things. It was self-respect. It was recognizing my worth and protecting it. Her father called me weak for leaving, said real men work through problems instead of running away. But I wasn't running away. I was walking toward a future where I'm valued for who I am, not judged for who I'm not. The irony is that I did build something. I built a career, a skill set, a stable life. Just because you can't drive past my work and point to it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because it's not construction doesn't mean it's not real. But she couldn't see that. She could only see what I wasn't. And life's too short to be with someone who focuses on your gaps instead of your strengths. So I took my money, my dignity, and my self-respect, and I built a new life. One where "I wish you were more like my father" isn't something I'll ever hear again. That's the thing about buildings versus software. Buildings are static. Once they're built, they're done. Software evolves, it grows, it adapts. I'm more like the software I build than the buildings her father constructs. Always evolving, always adapting, always becoming a better version of myself. Just not the version she wanted. And that's okay. The wedding fund is now the freedom fund. The engagement is now a lesson learned. The future is now mine to build however I want, without someone standing over my shoulder wishing I was building it differently.
Pierced and shit.
One of the things that I've been watching a lot when the world is going completely crazy, I watch people making street food in other countries.
Oh, that's
With no language, no talking. It's all ASMR. It's all them cooking.
Oh yeah, and no regulations either.
Bring them over here. Bring them over here. Come
I mean,
on.
they're not washing hands over there,
Char Char. Char Char, have a seat.
and they'll use roadkill, whatever. Like they don't give a shit.
No, they're using good food. It was Afghanistan. They were making roast chicken.
Oh, come on,
Dude, I'm telling you. I'll send it to Jamie and you'll watch it.
All right.
It's exciting.
I mean, I ate halal trucks for 10 years when I was broke in
Oh, they're
New York.
great.
They're great.
They are great.
But I could be eating pigeon and
Yeah, you probably are.
children.
Not children, but definitely pigeon. Probably pigeons made it into your mouth a couple of times.
All right.
Let me find these motherfuckers. I watch so much too. YouTube is my number one thing since I'm
Same.
off social media.
I love it.
It's my number one thing for distraction.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, this is exactly Jamie. You're the best. This is it. Most cheap food in Afghanistan. This guy, he sets up. They cook all this stuff, and you watch. I mean, it's like a 40-minute video or something. How long is it? Yeah, it's like a 40-minute video. I watched the
Wow.
whole thing, just like at home, chilling after a long day's work, just watching people cook street food in Afghanistan. It looked
Wow.
fucking delicious.
Look
man.
at those spices. My God.
Yeah, and they have meat in this stew pot, and it's like a big wok. It looks like.
Yeah.
And they boil it up with all this salt and all these
Oh,
herbs and
mama.
spices. And then they got these roast chickens, and they take these chickens and they stick them in spikes. If you back up the video a little bit, it's earlier in the video, you show they take these chickens and they just have this big flame in the middle, and then they stick these chickens all around the flame.
This is hell for a vegan.
The shape of that, fun fact, I think, if this is true, that's because they used to flip their shields upside down and cook on
Whoa.
them. It's sort of like with the Genghis Khan stir fry.
Oh,
Hell
that
yeah.
makes
Genghis
sense.
grill.
I love it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That
man.
totally makes sense.
Wouldn't it be great if the end is just a big drone strike?
Well, we don't bomb Afghanistan anymore. We send them money.
Oh, is that right?
Now we send the Taliban money.
Man.
Yeah, we send them a ton of money.
We hook up everybody. Ukraine.
Yeah. Should go back to the chickens though. If you back up.
Whoa, he's got a little brush.
There.
No, there it is. So this is how he does it. So they have this fire in the middle, and they just take these chickens on a stick, and they just rotate them, and they put them in the center. They put the fire in the center, and the chickens all around them, and they rotate them.
Yikes.
I got
This is-
so hungry. I had to go in the kitchen to make myself food afterwards.
This is a chicken holocaust.
Yeah, it looks good, right?
Man, it does look amazing.
Yeah, dude, it looks fucking delicious.
I mean,
But
you ever get the rotisserie chicken at the grocery store?
Oh,
There's
they're
nothing better.
pretty good.
It's good. You just eat it with knife and fork.
know.
No nothing.
I know. You